coming for you. Sir, we don't have any food. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Wednesday, June 30th.
That it is.
We have a pretty full day planned. Mostly eating. But we're gonna spend most of our day at Cannery Row and walk around. It's kind of a historic place, so we've never been other than the little bit that we saw yesterday. So
Right.
should be a fun day.
Yes, indeedy.
We're sitting down.
Yes, we are.
Didn't know we'd be getting breakfast with a view, but I'm not complaining.
You're very beautiful.
Our food has arrived. I just got a standard 2-egg breakfast. Came with potatoes, sausage, toast. I think that's chicken sausage. And then I also got some granola on this side. With some yogurt and berries in there. Looks really good. My husband got, what is that?
Dungeness crab Benedict.
Dungeness crab Benedict. He loves crab, so.
I love seafood.
Yeah, he does. So, bon appetit.
So, yeah, that's delicious. Especially because this is the first time I've ever had a crab Benedict where it was like just the crab meat on there as opposed to a crab cake. Yeah, if we ever come back here again in the future, I'm gonna have a hard time ordering something else because that is so good. So what do you do after breakfast? You sit and chill with a nice caffeinated beverage. Iced coffee for the lady, chai latte for the gentleman.
So breakfast was delicious. It was really nice to sit by the water, and it was in the Fairway Hotel. It's called Schooners. So then we walked out of the hotel. So flying on my head now. We walked out of the hotel and found this cute little coffee pastry shop. Our original intent was to get pastries, but we walked in and the pastry case was almost completely empty.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, well, we'll just get some coffee.
Yeah, there were literally 3 items in there, so we're just like, okay then.
So now we are sitting on a bench, enjoying our coffee, and looking out at the view.
I'll show you that view. See? Not lying. Great view. Mine. Mine.
We are just kind of walking around Cannery Row, looking at the shops. We're now heading back the way that we came. We're gonna go look at the other side of Cannery Row.
Okay, so when we got to that park area, we pretty much deduced that it was like the very end of Cannery Row, at least on that side of it. So we were just like, yeah, there's definitely got to be more to it than this. So we turned around and walked the other way, and we were right.
We were on the wrong side.
Yeah, see, this is this is the area that we were trying to get to. So If any Monterey locals are watching this and are laughing at us for, you know, not knowing Cannery Row from a hole in the wall.
For the comedy.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So we just got tickets for the Spirit of Monterey Wax Museum, animated wax museum. And a little unique thing, see these sensors on the stairs? Yeah, check this out. First scene.
Push it.
Go ahead.
4,000 years before discovery by Westerners, my people, the Ohlone Nation, hunted and relocated seasonally in our tribal areas. The peaceful living by my people that spanned centuries was about to be permanently interrupted by a strange people arriving on our shores.
Boom, and boom, and boom, announcing the arrival of a group of missionaries from a land far south, from a part of Mexico called Baja California, something called Christianity, along with the ways of the white man. What they weren't told was that failure to obey would result in beatings and imprisonment and stocks. By the end of the mission era, 50 years later, more than 3/4 of the Indians between San Diego and San Francisco had died from this form of education, and from everything had changed.
Number 3.
Over there is a frontier soldier named Juan Bautista de Anza. Country were also very interested in the riches to be found in California. Among them were the Russians, who sent an imperial inspector to Monterey. Their eventual goal was to take California from Spain. But instead of trade, the United States were beginning to show interest in the new territory.
Howdy, folks. My name's Jeremiah Johnson. So, you want to hear my story, huh? Well, the way I hear folks talk is that I was a man of proper wit and adventurous spirit. Suited.
My name is Mariano Vallejo, and this is my nephew, Juan Alvarado. Can you see the resemblance?
Oh, Mariano, I'm not a little boy anymore. Why don't you just tell the story?
All right. You see, our grandfathers were among the first Spanish to march overland to Monterey.
From his ships in the harbor. The way the crowd cheered, it seemed that everyone wanted to be an American. The celebration went on for a week. This land, taken from the Indians by the Spanish, and from the Spanish by the Mexicans, was now taken from the Mexicans by Commodore Sloat for the United States with money.
Kid, I've been waiting to hear back from you. I've got 60 men out surveying at Sutter's Ford near Sacramento. How's it look out there?
Well, the Mexican territory is raising some concerns. Perhaps you and I should head out that way to ask permission for time to resupply and spend the worst of the winter in the San Joaquin Valley.
Great idea.
Well, hello there. My name is Thomas Larkin, and this is my wife, Rachel.
Hello.
My wife and I were merchants in California, and back in 1845, the American military came over to map the area. My quiet, diplomatic efforts to effect a peaceful transition to American control failed when I was captured by my former friend, Juan Castro, and taken to Southern California.
And they said the gold rush ended in 1850. Nope, not in my cave. I knew it was here all along. Even told my old buddy James Marshall. He was the first guy to discover gold, you know. He found some in 1848 at a sawmill. Purely by accident, too. Before you know it, gold fever strikes, and every town empties trying to find gold. Even Monterey folk took off running for the hills. Nobody was left except me, a tumbleweed, and a few mangy mutts. And then I found this cave and went to work. And look, gold.
You're now about to enter Cannery Row. I guess we better begin at the beginning. By the turn of the century, rickety Chinese shanty towns were scattered around Monterey Bay, the largest of which was built just a half a mile from this spot where we're standing. Soon after the San Francisco earthquake and the Great Fire of 1906, another fire broke out here in one Chinese shantytown on China Point, and the entire community was reduced to a pile of ashes. They never found out how the fire started and how all of Cannery Row grew. The silver sardine rush was on. Fishing fleets doubled and doubled as new fishermen came from Europe and Asia for the silver, and new canneries sprang to life on the narrow street.
Welcome to our fine museum. I'm John Steinbeck. You probably know me from my books, Tortilla Flat and Cannery Row. Yep, Cannery Row is probably my favorite about all those down and outers on old Cannery Row.
Ladies, put a little muscle in it. These sardines aren't gonna can themselves, you know. Oh, hello. I suppose you want to know what we're doing. Well, did you notice that smell? No, it's not your neighbor's dirty socks. It's these sardines we're canning. You see, shortly after 1900, the fishing industry was in full swing here in Monterey Bay. And because of the war and the Great Depression, Monterey became the sardine capital of the world. Those were the days. Fishermen backing ladies on Cannery Row. Ethel, quit eating on the job.
Speaking of nights, Cannery Row had its own kind of nightlife, much of which wouldn't be allowed or even understood today. At the La Ida Cafe down the street, Wide Ida provided comfort and relaxation for her customers at the bar and in the rooms upstairs.
Well, hey there, honey. Come on over and have a drink with Doc and the boys. I'm Wide Ida, and I can pretty much get you anything you're looking for. We got strong drinks down here and a little something extra upstairs. Woo! Go ahead, have a seat. Doc and the boys love making new friends.
And some of those men were the friends I loved and wrote about. Living in a home where the smells of old socks, raw whiskey, and cheap tobacco fought to overcome the always present perfume of fish meat. Well, folks, that's just part of the Cannery Row story, and just a few of its colorful characters. You know, I lived in that special place, and I loved it. Thanks for listening and learning. And come back and see us again, and tell your friends and all the kids around. Tell them that for a little while, we were all here together, and we all shared the spirit of Monterey.
It was super fun.
Yes.
I liked it. Now we're gonna kind of walk the rest of Cannery Row and try to find something for lunch.
Lunchtime.
It's about that time.
So I've been in Monterey over 24 hours now, and not once have I run across a guy named Jack. What's up with that? Was that joke cheesy? You better believe it was.
Inside of a pub sports bar place. It just looked really cool from the outside. It's called the Salty Seal. But it turns out that it is the soft opening.
Yeah.
So we will kind of get to try it out for the first time and see what it's like. It's pretty cool out here. Let me show you. This is like the patio area. Like an indoor portion as well, but we ordered a couple of beers and some stuff to eat. The menu isn't super extensive yet because, you know, again, it's a soft opening, but it's pretty exciting. Excited to try it.
You know what time it is? It's beer 30.
Beer.
All right, trying that corn dog with the house mustard. Hot, yeah. I can actually hear the crunch. I dig that. Corn dog and fries. Again, house-made mustard. Onion rings with a ginger sauce. Hell yes. Classic fish and chips. I would say let's get down to business, but let's continue with business.
Our lunch was super duper delicious. And we just walked back to the car, and we're gonna head back to the hotel for a little bit just to relax, lay down. We spent like 4 hours at Cannery Row. That was a good chunk of time. Yeah. It was fun. It was really fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Well, we took a nap at the hotel. This is your reminder to wear sunscreen. And also that you are totally capable of getting sunburnt when it is overcast. Which I knew, but did I wear sunscreen? No. And look at my face. Lessons were learned today. Well, it's dinner time, and we're going to eat at the Chart House restaurant. We have a reservation in about 5 minutes, so we're gonna go in. We're at dinner with another lovely view of my... So nice. Okay, so Josh got the Chart Your Course meal, which is like it was just like a 3-course meal. It was kind of a deal. And his first course is a cup of clam chowder, which is his favorite soup of all time.
Yes, it is.
Fun fact. All right, food has arrived. I got the filet, mashed potatoes. Josh got the shrimp trio. It's shrimp 3 different ways.
3 different ways of deliciousness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boy, entrees were sure delicious, weren't they? But you know what it's time for? The dessert that came with my choosing, which we are sharing. A mini lava cake. And what I'm quite surprised at is the size of this thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look very mini.
I'm scared to see what the full-size one would be. But my baby, let's grab our spoons and dig in. So, back at the hotel, obviously. Yeah, dinner was really nice.
It was a little more upscale than our dinner last night. So we didn't really go like all out like we did last night with like wine and appetizers and desserts. The dessert that you did see just came with the thing that Josh ordered. So
my prefix meal or whatever you want to call it, yeah.
And then all I had was the filet mignon and the mashed potatoes. But I would definitely go back again. That was really good. A little bit more upscale, so definitely more on the pricey side.
Yeah, especially because it's a Landry's owned establishment. And for those that aren't aware, Landry's is the same parent company as like Rainforest Cafe, Joe's Crab Shack, and they've been known to mark up their prices a little more. So just be aware of that. But as long as you are aware of that, you'll have a great meal because
I think it was worth the money.
Yeah.
What we had
For sure.
It was really great.
Yeah.
I will say, and it could have just been tonight, service was pretty slow.
Yeah.
We are not ones to really complain about that because we really enjoy just like taking a while in a restaurant, really like enjoying the experience. But I know that some people really don't like waiting that long, so that is something to keep in mind. It could have just been a bad night. It could have just been like that they were really understaffed. Our waiter was like really apologetic when things would take a little while, so he was great. Don't misunderstand me. The service was great. It was just slower.
Yeah. it did really feel like they were understaffed. It didn't really feel like that was their normal.
No, not really. We were there for about 2 hours, which is a pretty long time even for us. So, but we didn't mind. I mean,
No, not at all.
What do we have to do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, today was a really great day. Thanks for coming along with us. We are leaving first thing in the morning. So it's been a really fun couple of days. I've really enjoyed it.
As have I.
So we have to get some sleep.
So whatever the next adventure may end up being, we can't wait to take you along with us. So until then, live long and prosper.